We're joined by Jamil Jaffer, founder and executive director of the National Security Institute. Jamil, Switzerland, of course, has this history of neutrality since 1815 historically, but it can be traced back as far as the 1500s. The country even maintained that policy during World War II with the Nazis. So why is it that they're even considering breaking from that tradition now?
Well, I think they see the very real threat that Russia poses to the region, not just Ukraine, that this could be part of a larger effort. And they're also under pressure because what's happened is that they have provided a lot of ammunition for a lot of weapons that the Allies have. For example, Germany has some anti-aircraft weapons as well as some cannons for whom the Swiss make the only ammunition. And as a result, Germany can't transfer their own weapons to Ukraine because the Swiss law prohibits their weaponry, their ammunition from being re-exported to Ukraine, which is involved in an international armed conflict with Russia.
So do they see Putin as great a threat or greater threat to the world than Hitler? Or is this just a cultural shift in the country and in the world right now where Switzerland is looking to change the very face of their nation?
Well, I think that's part of the question here is obviously I don't think they see, Putin may represent a significant threat and a threat to the stability of Europe. It's hard to imagine a threat as catastrophic as Hitler was and his history remains today. That being said, I think that the Swiss recognize that in this interconnected global world, that their decisions have a significant impact on the ability of the allies to do things. And so, and there is now a majority, as you pointed out in that poll, of Swiss people who support the provision of some weaponry to Ukraine. And there are ways that the Swiss could do this that maintain neutrality. For example, they could say, look, because the UN General Assembly has determined that Russia's actions are a violation of international law, that provides an opportunity to send weapons there to the side that's not violating international law. So there are places that they could continue to maintain broad neutrality, but still allow other parties to re-export their weapons. They could allow it for a shorter period as well, just for re-export and not the provision of their own weapons directly.
How significant would this change be for Europe?
Well, obviously a major shift for the Swiss in particular, but for Europe it would be very helpful to the Germans and others who use Swiss ammunition and Swiss-made weaponry, who want to provide it to the Ukrainians. And obviously for the Ukrainians, any amount of significant weaponry they can get for this fight, given the heroism demonstrated, will help them push back on the Russians. The most important being obviously the most recent announcements by the British, the Germans, and the United States of providing main battle tanks here in the near future to the Ukrainians.
All right, we'll see what happens. Jamil Jaffer, thank you for being with us.